philosopher, comedian, Mike Usenick. Usenick Unleashed.
Hello guys, I am being joined by Storage24. Let's get straight to the chase here.
What's up?
How are you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm the big box. You guys are like little. What the hell is this shit? How are you guys doing today?
Doing good, brother. Doing good. Happy to be here.
It's a pleasure meeting you guys. If you guys enjoy the show, you're more than welcome to come back and share this out. Let's get straight to it before we go down conversational rabbit holes like I do here, because my mind, I have an ADHD mind, so we're going to be everywhere today.
Then I will be able to follow you with no problem.
You guys have amazing beards. I have to comment on that.
We try, yeah.
Yeah.
You got amazing hair, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We're both bald.
What I lack in the beard department.
Exactly.
So you guys have a new single out.
Yes,
going
sir.
Tomorrow.
Yep.
Would you guys like to comment on what that song's about for those who haven't heard it?
Heartbreak, man. Heartbreak. The harder part of relationships and being close to one another and things like that. It was a rough time for our fearless leader around the time that song was written, but it's all good, and it's really kind of taken off a little bit and doing pretty well out there. We're really excited about it. But yeah, it's just that one big fight you always have with the significant other, I guess.
That's the thing. Most good songs come from pain. It's like the duality of life. You have to have pain to have art, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Because that stirs you up.
I think some of the most fucked up people or most hurt people are those who are in art, whether it be music, comedy, whatever.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
You guys are incredible, though. I was digging down the rabbit hole of your guys' music, and some of your songs, like, you guys combine hip hop with like rock and metal.
Yeah,
I fucking love that.
Yeah,
it's really it kind of went out of style a little bit, but here in the last few years, it's coming back around, and man, people are really just gravitating to it, which we're psyched about.
Yeah.
And it's really been positive the last couple years for sure.
What would you call it? New metal? Like
new metal? No, I think, Kirsten, what did y'all come up with? It's new alternative
rock, and that was Matt James. It was funny because I guess Matt, you and I, and all of us, we've been trying for the past 4 years to try to identify who we are, and it's like we just couldn't. And people said, "Well, who are you?" And we're like, I don't know. And so when Matt and Lisa said, "Y'all need to condense whatever you have up there to what genre you are," and we're like, "Okay, what do you think we are?" And so they put, and Matt, for 20 minutes, we kept going around, and Matt James finally put it in AI. AI came back and says, "I don't know."
You know, when the most intelligent form of knowledge out there, you're fucked when it says
Yeah. That's either really good or really bad.
I think you guys are good, but you guys are kind of channeling like an older sound, but a modernized version, if that makes sense.
Yeah. For me, I try to channel a lot of that brown noise, that tone from the 60s and 70s to hit the, right there in the diaphragm, the soul.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of what's been missing is, the world's hurting right now. They need to feel the music.
Bro, we just experienced the retirement of Ozzy Osbourne. The world's hurting.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And then I hear like Metallica and Guns N' Roses, all of them are fixing to like Kiss hung it up. Or
Again.
Yeah.
they're about to come back out for like a little short tour.
No, they're doing a it's like a Kiss cruise but on land in Vegas. It's not even a residency, but
Yeah, it's called "We Promise We're Done This Time," Part
right,
6.
Coming to a town near you.
right. We're bringing this ship to land.
The final good that I think the best band to do a retirement tour is Deep Purple, because they did the Big Goodbye tour, whatever it's called, and it was like a 25-year tour.
But Kiss did that too. They did what? How long was their goodbye tour? Like 20
Well,
years?
well, yeah, kind of. I was gonna say the end of the road tour. It was gonna be kind of short, but then COVID happened, and they had to extend it a year or two. But
5.
yeah,
No,
That's crazy. Did you
but
guys
honesty. I mean, that was like I remember going to back in the early '90s to the No More Tours tour. That was supposed to be it. And my stepdad, Pops, he says, "No, he ain't retiring. I can tell you that right now." I was like, "No, man, I got to go to this concert because this is gonna be his last concert." Yeah. Now we finally get to see his last concert 30 years later.
you know what the tour after that was called?
I can't remember.
Fun part of Aussie history. Aussie returned 2 years later, and his tour was called Retirement Sucks Tour. I can't even make that shit up.
I dig it. I dig it. Yeah.
Did you guys catch that final show?
I watched some of it on online. Just kind of after everybody started posting, I went and checked it out.
I,
It was
I, I
it's
wasn't
nuts.
crying. I just had bad allergies. I promise.
Yeah.
That that shit was sad because I felt like, I don't mean this in any disrespectful way, but I felt like I was watching a eulogy and not a final performance. Like, it felt like we're saying goodbye one final time to one of the biggest careers in metal history.
But not only that, I think what it kind of hit me hard was is that it's like saying goodbye to an end of an era.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just that it's. I mean, Black Sabbath all the way to this. I mean, that is just. Well, I mean,
even
he
if
gave
you're not,
Black Sabbath. He gave us Randy Rhodes, Zach Wilds. I mean, even Jake Lee. But I mean, just gave so much. I mean, it's done.
and Black Sabbath. I'm not just going to talk about Ozzy's career with Black Sabbath, but Sabbath as a whole with Dio, Tony Martin.
Oh yes.
Like, they had so much great material, and I'm kind of sad that Dio, even though he probably wouldn't have showed up, but I'm sad that Dio couldn't have seen the final show, even though he probably wouldn't have wanted to, because him and Ozzy never got along.
Hey, this is true. This is true. Because what did they have to? They renamed it from Black Sabbath to was it Heaven and Hell?
Yeah, Heaven and Hell, because Dio got tired of being replaced by Ozzy. But what's funny is I actually went to No More Tours Part 2, and the person in front of me's shirt says, "This time I'm not fucking joking," is what the back of the shirt said. Then I'm watching the performance, and Ozzy goes to go into No More Tears, and he's like, "By the way, there's a lot of rumors going around that I'm retiring." And we're all looking around, we're like, "What?" He's like, "No, I'm not done." By the way, Matt, we lost you, buddy, but you're more than welcome to come back on.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep talking about Ozzy until he gets back on. I was gonna say when I went, I was very fortunate. You never know at the time what's going to happen in the future, but
Yeah.
that's when Alice in Chains opened up for him. So I got to actually see Alice in Chains with Lane Staley.
Fuck you. It sounds like a great show. I got to see them with William Dafoe, but I wasn't old enough when Alice in Chains quit.
Yeah. They didn't quit because they wanted to. They quit because, well, somebody
Yeah.
did a little too much. I would love to see William Dafoe. I think he's got an amazing voice. I've seen some of the stuff live, like videos and stuff. I'd love to see him in a concert, or Better yet, I'd love to open up for him.
I like how I said William Defoe and you went with it. It's actually William Duvall. I had a
Is it?
dumbass tag.
It is Duval. I thought it was
Yeah.
Defoe.
Defoe is the actor.
Oh yeah, Defoe, Duval.
It's all the same.
Tomato,
Duvall.
tomato, Defoe. You
I
know.
will argue, though, a lot of Alice in Chains fans I hear say it's not Alice in Chains without Lane. Alice in Chains was big on harmonies,
Yeah.
and Jerry Cantrell was a lot of that harmony.
Yeah.
And Duvall does an amazing job.
He does. He just doesn't have the same. I get sound as Staley, but I mean it's. I mean, come on. I mean it's Black Sabbath with Dio was not the
Yeah,
same, but it was still Black Sabbath, and people still loved it. I mean, it's
and
just
lyrically, it's still the same.
yeah. I mean, it's just you got those diehards. It's
Yeah, but
like
my thought is for those people, would they prefer like a cover band going out there and trying to mimic Lane, or would you rather them do their own thing without him?
yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm a big, huge Alice in Chains fan. I mean, I want to, I want to see Defoe.
It would be funny if it was Defoe. Could you imagine?
Oh, that would be crazy.
I think it's a missed opportunity that he never played the Joker, William Defoe.
Yes, because yeah, it is Defoe. No, is it William Defoe?
Yeah, it's William Defoe. Yeah, he looks like he could be the Joker.
Wait, his name is Willem, isn't it?
No,
Willem
it's
Defoe.
William Defoe.
Is it?
Yeah,
I thought
Willem. It is Willem. You're
okay.
right.
Man, we are messing that dude's name up everywhere.
We need to have him on here just so we can talk about his name. So Matt's back. We just mistaken William Duvall with Willem Dafoe.
Oh boy. Oh baby doll, no.
You missed the whole thing. We were calling him William. It's like poor Defoe. He was just getting it from every angle, bro.
Yeah, sorry
So,
about that. I
guys,
don't know what happened on my end, but it just dropped completely out. But I'm back.
you're good. I'm glad you're back. We were just talking Ozzy, Willem, or whatever his name is, Defoe. Also, guys, you can check out their website, Storage 44's website. It's down below. It's going across. Is that, yeah, I'm gonna fuck your guys' name up since we fucked up William Defoe. So there's 24 of you guys, right? There's
Right,
40.
yeah. There's a whole bunch of us.
Could you imagine that on a show? Storage
Oh my
1
God.
through 24.
It'd be a whole new Slipknot to the next level.
Oh my God. That'd
By the
be
way,
a
you guys
mess.
have merch. I'm trying to promote in between this, so I'm sorry if
Yeah.
I interrupt.
We do.
No, it's all good. There you go.
Yeah. Well, how'd you guys
Yeah.
come up with the name?
So the band's actually been around a long time. And it was actually known by another name around here in Mississippi, as one name, and then another band came out with the same name, and they were like, "Hey, you can't use that anymore." So everybody was in. We used to practice in a little storage building, like climate controlled storage building,
Mm-hmm.
and this is before I was even in the band, but they were sitting there like, "Okay, well, what are we gonna do here?" And he was like, "Why don't we just call it Storage 25," which was the name of the number they were in. And they go, "No, that doesn't really roll off the tongue all that well." So Fred was like, "Well, why don't we just do 24 and just call it that?" And everybody was like, "That'll do." So no grand meaning or anything, just a really kind of funny little story behind it.
Yeah.
That is funny. Like I was wondering because that's an interesting name.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Steve, back
it's
32. We're all just,
there's actually a movie came out called Storage 24. I think it came out overseas in Britain, I think.
yeah.
And it's not a terrible movie, but they they were kind of like, "Sorry, we stole your name."
Did they actually apologize?
Yes.
Did they? I thought they asked for permission to use it.
Did they? No, I think they apologized because I don't think they asked for permission. I think it was an apology, but I could be wrong there.
I
Well,
think it's, as the old adage goes, it's better to apologize and ask for forgiveness than ask for permission.
Yeah, absolutely.
my bad, pimp. Yeah.
My bad. It's my apologies.
Now the only
Whoopsies.
thing I'd like, like Matt said, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I watched it. Not great, but it wasn't really that bad. It had a really kind of cool storyline to it, and it's like, okay, it's not that bad. I was like,
It's an alien movie.
yeah, it's an alien movie in a storage that
Yeah.
that gets stuck in a storage, and everybody gets stuck in that storage.
Don't give it
But
away. Let the people go see it for themselves.
well, it's Storage 24. Go check it out, and then go listen to our music while
That's
you're
right.
watching. But I was thinking, if they ever do a Storage 24 2, bring us in there.
There you go.
Yeah, why didn't they ask you guys for like your music to be played on it? I would have.
They really should have. I don't know why they didn't, but that would have been pretty sweet.
So is it a horror movie or a romance movie? You said they're
No, it's
stuck.
kind of a horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, are people getting probed? Like, what's going on in the storage?
Through the chest.
So you guys got some shows coming up.
We do.
Yes.
You guys are going to be at the Rex Theater.
Yes,
The
indeed.
theater.
We're really excited about that one for sure. We're excited about all of them, but we're breaking into Michigan now, and this is just a foot in the door, and we are super excited. We're going to be with our boys in Citizen Kane. We've done a lot of shows with them. They're really great, and we're really excited to be, playing in Michigan for sure. Night after that, we're coming back down to Somerset, Kentucky, with Citizen Kane and Third in Theory. And I forgot to mention them in the Michigan Post or the Michigan Talk, but they're going to be there too.
I like how we're just butchering the English language.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's because it's being recorded. It's because it's being recorded and just things happen. We can be perfect, but as soon as record starts, you're like,
It's the nerves. I get it.
yeah,
I do comedy from time to time. I get it.
yeah,
Which is an easy way to say I offend people and
yes.
and I'm an idiot sometimes.
And that's okay. That's okay. That's still one of the most beautiful professions in the world is stand-up comedy.
I always tell people I went to school in Ohio. We either got math or reading. You never got both, and you hardly got one or the other. So buckle up. That's,
I like it.
Michigan's not too far from me, so I might have to check that show out if I don't work.
Well, if you don't, come on, man. We'd love to have you. We'd
Yeah.
love to meet you in person for sure.
Will
Absolutely.
do. Michigan has some good herbal medicine, if you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
The Robitussin.
Yeah, you know that grows in the ground.
What? Carson, what?
Where does the tussin plant come from?
Comes from a robot's ass, apparently.
This is being recorded.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm trying to get canceled. Did you not see the intro?
I did.
Right.
Like, god damn. Guys, by the way, if you like these guys, which you should, check out their merch and also listen to their new single, Gone Tomorrow.
Yes.
So, what are you guys into other than music? What do you do in your free time?
Golf.
Golf.
We have been known to swing a wrench or two.
You guys should open for Alice Cooper then, because he likes
Right.
golf.
Okay. Let's make it happen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You're saying that like I'm his manager. I'm not fucking.
Right.
I'm just an idiot with a microphone. You might have to call somebody bigger for that.
Oh, no. Let me just call Alice. I'll be right back with you.
I'll be right back with you.
I actually had a picture on my Facebook. I got to meet Alice a couple times, and
See, you got the end.
huh?
You got the end right there.
Yeah, a little bit. But it was funny because I made the post. I'm like, I met this lady. She said her name's Alice. I don't know. She must be a fan of my comedy. I don't know.
Oh wait, no, that's Alice Johnson.
Oh, Alice Johnson, shit, bluegrass singer. So
Fun
what?
fact: my dad is actually a bluegrass player. He
Oh,
is he is a banjo player in a bluegrass band. Gotta love Mississippi.
you should have him join for a song.
He might. Don't put it past him, man.
That'd be
He'll
cool.
shred with the best of them.
Have you ever seen? Shit, I forget the name of the band. They're a thrash metal bluegrass band.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Their banjo player literally shreds on the banjo.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy to watch.
As you should. If you're brave enough to pick that particular instrument up, you better shred.
Well,
You
you
better
know
do
who
something.
read the banjo?
Who?
Steve
Yeah.
Martin.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah. Steve Martin. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did know that. He actually is currently touring with his new bluegrass group.
Yeah.
I
Oh
forgot.
sweet.
Yeah, he's been doing that for a while. I think I might have one of his albums. Could you imagine? What are you listening to? Oh, the lovely sounds of Steve Martin.
Be like, okay.
This kind of leads to a different topic. People that you wouldn't expect to be musicians that are.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
Ever
Billy
watch
Bob Thornton.
Billy
Yeah.
Bob Thornton? He looks like he would play like a mean like banjo or mandolin or something.
Yeah. On acid.
Yeah. Did you know that ever watch the show Young Sheldon?
Yes.
Yeah.
The theme song on Young Sheldon, do you know who wrote that and performed it?
Uh-uh.
If you hadn't asked me, because I literally just found out like 2 weeks ago, and I was blown away by it, and I have already forgotten it.
Okay, the album in question that that song's off of came out 10 years before Young Sheldon. It's called The Dust Mites by Steve
Yes.
Burns,
That's right. That's
the
right. That's
host
right.
of Blues Clues, bro.
Yeah. That's right. As you were saying it came to me.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Oh, that's wild, man. That is wild.
I was listening on the radio the other day and somebody was like, I'm going to play this song and you have to guess who it is. And I was listening, I was jamming to it a little bit. And they're like, did like a survey of who you think it is. And it turned out to be Steven fucking Seagal.
Oh. That has actually been a topic of discussion as we travel the last couple of weeks too. We've actually talked about that particular album.
What are your thoughts?
Album. Oh, it's look. I can't do it. I can't publicly shit on anything. But
You just did by not. You're like, I can't talk. I can't say it's fucking horrible.
right.
It could be worse. It could be Corey Feldman.
Oh, come on.
Look, I actually like the Felds. I do. I like what he's doing out there. He's balls enough to do it. So have at it, Chief.
I mean, you can't really shit on art because it's subjective, but
That's
geez.
right. That's right. I mean, it's where we're dissing it. Somebody's like, "Shut up! I love Feldman."
Yeah. Okay. I got one for you. William Shatner.
Oh God. I packed my bags last night.
Pre-flight.
0 hour, 9 a.m. William Shatner's speech pattern is so iconic that it was featured in Ace Ventura.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
There's something on the wing. Something. He was Justin Wheeling. William Shatner was in Wheeling, West Virginia.
Was he?
Yeah. He was doing, you could watch Wrath of Khan with him and then he answers questions.
is awesome right there, though.
Look, I'm coming off of a fresh watch of the original series right now. Like I am only a couple of weeks out from that, so his cadence is stuck right here right now. So
See,
I'm
I
in
was more of
there.
a Star Wars guy. I was that nerd.
See, I always thought I was, and I never really gave Star Trek a chance. My wife got sick a few years ago, and when she was in the hospital and recovering and things like that, I'd be in there with her, and I'd just be bored to tears while she was doing her stuff. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna watch Star Trek, and ever since then, I have watched every piece of it I can get, and she's watching Deep Space Nine right now while I'm in here, and we're total Trekkies now, man. That's it for us.
When
Well,
we
we're
say
on before.
when we say come to the dark side, that's not what we mean, bro. That's it's crazy. I would have to check out Trek because I've saw the remake or not remake, but that reboot movie they did that
Yeah,
had Spock in it,
Yeah,
yeah,
the original Spock, which was really good. I liked that, but I never
yeah,
really
yeah,
got too into the Trek. I was big into Star Wars because I love mythology, and that's all Star Wars is
yeah.
modern mythology.
yeah,
Absolutely. And I never would have thought that I would even be into it. But I tell you, you bring up young Sheldon. Right before that, what started it all was I was watching The Big Bang Theory, the
Mhm.
entire series, and there's so many Trek references in that. All the Star Wars stuff I knew, but I was like, I don't get that, or I don't get this, so I'm gonna go find out. So I looked up on Google. I said chronological order, and I said, all right, I'm gonna start with the original series, and then do those movies, then the next generation, and do those movies, and here I am. you know,
I'll have to watch it. I remember when I was growing up, I loved watching Star Wars. I saw some Star Trek, but I did watch. It's kind of a Trek parody, but it's not. Ever watch Galaxy Quest?
yes,
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 That movie
yep,
is one of my favorite Alan Rickman films of all time.
yeah.
yeah,
That
I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that.
I will
Very
say
underrated.
for me, I'm kind of like both sides. I like Star Wars because of more of the fantasy side, like you said, the mythological, that kind of stuff. But I like Star Trek because it's almost grounded in, you know, back then you could say like it's almost like reality in a way. Because I mean, you look at it today, like the flip phones were what influenced were influenced by the charcoal, the communications, and so iPads, all that stuff that we have to take for granted today, like us looking at each other on screen. Star Trek.
Yeah.
So Star Trek was the original Simpsons.
Yes.
It
Yes.
was. All the technology that you're playing with right now, Star Trek had it first.
I
You know what's
tell you, I
good?
tell you one other thing. If you haven't watched it, the Orville. Have y'all watched
Oh,
that?
love the Orville too. Yeah.
Steph
No.
MacFarlane. It's his Star Trek. Oh, it's so funny, but it's so good. It really is.
I'll have to watch it. I remember seeing it advertised, but I never got to watch it.
You got
Oh,
to
it's
watch.
so funny, man. It's so good.
It's
It's crazy good.
good.
Did you guys see that Spaceballs is having a sequel?
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
I'm fucking
Oh
excited.
yes.
Excited for that.
Okay. I'll give you one, and I could do this because I'm such a super nerd now, apparently. But so you Spaceballs, when they're combing the desert, they're out there, and he goes, "We ain't seen shit."
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That guy plays a Vulcan in Star Trek.
Oh, really?
In Star Trek Voyager, he is the resident Vulcan on the show, and he's always talking about that, in
Hmm.
interviews and stuff like that. And he's going to be back in that movie in Spaceballs too. So that's
Wasn't
it's
the wasn't that guy that was combing the desert? Wasn't one of them because there was two of them that was combing the
there was
desert.
two of them, yeah.
Wasn't
But
the other one Michael Winslow?
you know what? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Now we got
Because
to go
Michael
watch Spaceballs.
because Michael Winslow was the one that made all the noises when they
Yeah.
were in the big area, but I think he might have also played the other guy in that scene too.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Which
I
goes
love Michael Winslow.
Police Academy.
Yeah,
Hmm. He was also in Cheech and Chong.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
He played Jimi Hendrix.
yes.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that Pee Wee Herman played a fucking cokehead in that same movie?
Things happen in life.
Things.
Fucking crazy. Did you guys catch that Paul Rubin documentary?
Yes, I just finished it last week.
How
I,
was it?
Oh man. Okay, so if you're an actual Paul Rubens fan, not just Pee Wee Herman, but if you're into him at all, it is fantastic, and it kind of plays a little bit like Paul never did interviews in depth before, and there was a lot of tension between Paul and the interviewer, and that kind of plays out a little bit, but it goes into everything. You think they're not gonna talk about that in the theater. No, they talk about it.
Yeah.
They talk about all this other stuff, and it's not just about Pee Wee. It's about Paul himself. And man, I was on the edge of my seat. It was great.
I'll
But
have to watch it. Where's it at?
HBO Max,
I'll check it out because I love Paul Rubin, but there was a lot of bad rap about him, like a lot
yeah,
of like speculation, but not facts
yeah, yeah.
about him that were out there.
Well, this goes into all that, in depth, and it's all from his point of view and the people around him, and it covers all that and what all went down and his version of the facts, and it's really good.
What interests me about Pee Wee Herman, not just Paul Rubin, but Pee Wee Herman, is Rob Zombie did his directorial debut writing a few episodes of Pee Wee's Playhouse. And the first Pee Wee movie, Pee Wee's Big Adventure, was Tim Burton's first movie.
That's right. That's right.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it covers that as well. It goes into that why he wanted Tim Burton to direct the movie,
Really?
because you know Pee Wee and Pee Wee's Big Adventure and all that came before Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Hmm.
Yeah, I always thought it was Pee Wee's Playhouse, and then they started doing movies. No, it was the opposite.
Wasn't Pee Wee like a skit that he would do from time to
Yes,
time?
yeah, at Second City or the Groundlings, whatever it was that he was into. Yeah, he would do that, and that got a lot of traction, and um, he'd do it on certain TV shows, and it got a huge reaction, and then they were like, okay, well, let's do this movie, and they said okay, and then it just took off from there. Pee Wee's Playhouse, the original Playhouse it was like on SCTV or something like that, and it was a little more adult oriented. But after the movie, I think they moved that down to a kids show, and they kind of really tamed it then.
That was my next question because I always thought Pee Wee was originally designed for adults and they just changed it to kids. So,
Yes, that is true. That is true. Just the humor. I mean, the characters were still there,
mhm.
but the humor went from more tongue in cheek adult to kids humor.
Because I was always under the impression that Paul never really wanted to do kid stuff. That was kind of forced upon him.
I think that comes across a little bit, but I think once he was in it, I think it fit him, But then, he was riding high, and then this theater incident happens, and he just becomes a pariah and the butt of everybody's jokes and stuff like that, and you
Isn't
know
couldn't it? Isn't it weird though that could you imagine being in that theater and you just ha ha? What the fuck is that? But no, like I actually heard rumor that he was set up.
They, I don't think they really dig into that so much, but yeah, something wasn't right with that for
Because who gets
sure.
caught masturbating in an adult theater?
Right. He still maintained until his death that he wasn't doing that. It was just, it was hearsay and rumor and the cop or whoever whatever happened. But once the media gets a hold of something,
Yeah.
you're done.
Whether
It's
you're
done.
guilty or innocent in the public eye, you're always guilty.
That's right. Every time.
And that's sad because a lot of good people have been accused of things they didn't actually do, and then their careers ruined,
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
no matter what's said or done. And then you got people like fucking Diddy, that slippery little bastard.
No. Literally.
I like how you disappeared last time.
Yeah. Carson heard Diddy and he was out.
Since you're a nerd like myself, are you a Weird Al Yankovic fan?
Yes.
Have you seen his movie,
No.
Al the Yankovic story? Weird.
I have
It's
not. I have seen bits and pieces of it just from you know online and clips and stuff like that, but I have not actually seen it.
it is free on the Roku channel. You need to watch it.
Okay. All right.
After this, you're coming back on and we're going to talk about it because
Okay.
that movie is fucking incredible.
Dude, I saw the one thing that sticks with me. I've seen this and I've seen that and blah 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 and all this, but the pool party where another one rides the bus and writing
Yeah.
that. Oh, that's such a good scene. So I can only imagine. And I'm a gigantic Harry Potter fan. So by extension, I'm a Daniel Radcliffe fan. And it just knowing he's playing Al, I knew it was going to be great.
Did you see the first commercial for it?
Yes.
It's the scene from Harry
Yeah.
Potter, but they Photoshop the wig and the glasses on him.
I did. That is so good.
So,
Uh,
little plot twist. It's not going to ruin anything, but it's more of a Spinal Tap type rockumentary. It's not an.
the
It's not an
I got
actual.
you.
It's not an actual documentary on his life.
Right.
Weird Al did the most Weird Al thing ever and released a biopic, and it's a parody of his real life.
Which only Al could do. You know.
And at the end, he's like, "Yes, all of this really happened. I made it up myself, or some shit like that." Because the whole plot point of the movie, it's even in the commercial, is his love relationship with Madonna. That's the entire
Right.
movie. And then when they interviewed him about it, he's like, "I met Madonna for 5 minutes at a Grammy." It's like, because who didn't want to be with Madonna? Why not I just make my own life up?
Yeah. Why not?
The thing is,
Uh,
though, is Weird Al should be in the Rock Hall of Fame.
Agreed.
And I will stand by that because for years, you only knew that you made it big if he would parody your song.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And so many people I've heard verbatim say that. It's like that's how I knew we
He
were we
had
were on
Michael
to something.
Jackson call him and ask him.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that's fucking big. Like, Kurt Cobain asked him.
Yep.
He actually did it twice. He parodied Nirvana twice. Just one didn't make an album. One
I
of
did
them,
not know that.
one of them was in Simpsons. Yeah, he
Huh.
did brain freeze again.
Oh,
It was,
yeah. Okay. That is not surprising
it
at
was
all.
also the same episode where he did a little ditty about Homer and Marge. Their love is as big as his stomach is large.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And that's another one I'm finna dive into. I've seen so many hours of The Simpsons in my life, but I've not retained much. So I'm gonna go on Disney and I'm just gonna sit down and we're gonna watch all the damn Simpsons, every one
And
of them.
what you have to do is if you do that, you have to point out all the times they predicted the future.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, that's what I have Facebook for because it's,
Well, Matt Groening is a genius because that theory started right out of nowhere. They're like, the Simpsons just keep predicting the future. So
yeah.
Matt Groening is like, I'm going to be an asshole. I'm going to make a whole new series that takes place 1,000 years into the future.
Yeah, which was that's been the Futurama got canceled and brought back and canceled and brought back again.
And then a
But
movie.
for yeah, yeah, and for me that show is just great. I don't know how it keeps getting such a rap, but
I'm
yeah,
going to say the controversial thing. You ready for it?
yeah.
Futurama, when it came out, was better than what Simpsons was releasing at that time.
Oh, oh, I the only reason, in my opinion, that The Simpsons is around still to this day is not quality. They're going, let's see how far we can take this.
Not just that, but it has the nostalgia aspect that brings merch in.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
That's why South Park is still around, though South Park does have quality content still.
yes. And South Park, I think they got away from the formula they had for the longest time of starting a show on Saturday and then having it on air on like Wednesday. They got away from that, but I think they've gotten back to that. Um, but I can't swear to that because South Park, just like The Simpsons, just like Family Guy, life gets in the way, and I haven't really just had an opportunity to sit down with those
What's
and really,
crazy,
really dig into it. But
sorry to interrupt. South Park, though, will do things like they'll have an episode ready, and then
uh
if
huh,
something modern happens that they want to joke about, they will push that episode away and
yeah,
they'll release an episode like that.
yeah, they'll just get in there and do it,
Yeah.
and that's what I love most about them. And of course, South Park came out when I was in junior high, I think.
Hmm.
And South Park then for everyone at my age was like, "Oh my God, did you see this? Did you see this show? Did you see what they did?" We can't say that in front of our parents.
And
But
then
we just
And then
yeah,
South Park got a bad rap because people were claiming they were stealing from The Simpsons. And they did a whole episode. Simpsons did it. Simpsons did
yeah,
it.
absolutely, absolutely. And this is the most ridiculous thing ever. It's like, okay, well, how could something not just like rock music in general, it's like, okay, there's so much out there, how can some not be similar?
Mhm.
It's not like you're out there trying to steal, but you're gonna
Well, let's
have a
get it.
song.
I'm not meaning to get like scientific or spiritual or anything with you, but at the end of the day, consciousness comes from an external source, enters your brain, you come up with a thought. So at the end of the day, there is no original thought. We just
Right,
all get it from whatever source you want to believe it came from.
yeah,
So there is no. That's like Tom Petty was asked in an interview what he thought about his song "Last Dance with Mary Jane" being lifted by Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Tom Petty's like, "There's only 12 notes on that guitar. You can only
yeah,
do so much with it."
that's right, that's right. I mean, you're gonna have stuff that sounds similar. It's gonna happen,
Hmm.
long as it's not a direct copyright rip,
Right?
but then there's still folks out there that try to get away with it. Is still to this day, but you almost kind of have to if you're gonna. Well, I say that. I say you kind of have to. It's the technology has advanced so much in
Well, we're
music.
all influenced by something or someone.
That's right. And influence will present itself regardless.
Mhm.
So, it's like, okay, I like listening just ACDC. Love some ACDC, and I love this certain riff and it'll stick with you and stick with you and stick with you. Well, you come up with something and that will drop little spices into what you're creating.
Yeah.
It happens.
Prime example of that happening. Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana, that famous drum beat.
Yep. Yep.
In an interview, Dave Grohl said, I totally stole that. And the
Yeah.
interviewer's like, what? He's like, it's a disco beat from Sly
Yeah.
and the Family Stone. And they're like, he's like, all Nirvana drum beats are old disco beats.
Yeah, absolutely. He was being I think he was being interviewed by Pharrell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I totally ripped off Sly and Family Stone, and I get it. I
Mhm.
get it. I'm not. I wouldn't say I would go that far. I wouldn't put. I'm a bass player, so I wouldn't put. You know,
Rick James.
yeah, I wouldn't put that in a song. That's already been done.
Well, I
But
honestly think it would be disingenuous for anyone to say that, oh, that's my idea or I came up with that because no idea is yours.
right, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Nothing.
It's
It's all influence. Whether or not you mean to rip from somebody, as we would call
yeah,
it, not, it still happens.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely it does. And I can't speak for anyone but myself, but I try my best. If I recognize something, I will change a little bit. I'll try something different. Um,
But
but
there's so many bands out there, bro. It's nearly impossible to be
yeah,
100% original.
it really is. I mean, it really is.
Because I don't
But
know if you guys are influenced by them, but I see a lot of like POD and Seven Dust and stuff in your guys' music. That
yeah,
doesn't mean
yeah.
you're ripping them off, but you sound like them in certain aspects.
Yeah, and we've gotten that for years. For the one of the obvious reasons, is our lead singer. But we love those guys, and one of our dreams is to jam with those guys. We want to do a show with them. Um, but we get that a lot. Like, oh yeah, Seven Dust, because you got a black singer, and be like, no, no, don't bring that into it. It doesn't enter into it. But
I didn't even
um,
think about that. I was thinking about his clean sound a lot like
yes. See, that's what I want to talk to these people about but there are a lot of people that do come up and say, "Boy, I hear a lot of Seven Dust," and I naturally I'm going to go, "Nah, I know what you no, no, bro." See, like what you just said. I mean, it's like
Mhm.
you're picking up, some Seven Dust ish stuff, and that's awesome in my opinion. It's definitely not a direct ripoff, but we can't lie and say things aren't influenced.
Yeah. And there's no shame in admitting influence or that you sound similar to somebody else. That's like the band Airborne. Sounds
Yeah.
like AC/DC.
Oh yes.
But
Yes.
it's not necessarily intentional. That's just how the singer sounds. That's
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Greta Van Fleet. That dude sounds just like Robert Plant.
see. I would say Robert, and then they released their debut album, and they sounded like a mixture of Robert Plant and Geddy Lee
Ooh.
because they sounded like they were what would happen if Led Zeppelin and Rush had a love child.
I've never heard that before, but I can definitely see that 100%.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
crazy to think as I saw people insulting them, saying you stole from Led Zeppelin, blah blah blah. That kid can sing better than most modern singers. Like, cut him some slack. He's like what 16 when they came out.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was a child
Like, that's
for
some
sure.
crazy shit coming from a child.
That again, I mean, people always have something to say, no matter what.
But it's funny that that would be an insult, though. That seems like a compliment.
Yeah, I would be saying thank you.
And what's crazy is the only thing that I would fault them kids about is they denied any influence of Led Zeppelin, and they said we're influenced by Aerosmith. I'm like, yeah, but you don't hear
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I haven't heard Aerosmith one little bit from them. But hey, I mean, cool,
Right?
whatever.
Maybe bass.
Maybe. Yeah, I might can pick up some Tom Hamilton in there. I don't.
How crazy is it though that Steven Tyler showed up at Ozzy's final gig, older than Ozzy,
Oh,
not dissing Ozzy because he's in bad health,
yeah,
but he fucking killed it,
killed it,
and he
killed it.
supposedly can't sing anymore.
I Okay, so Kiss is my number one favorite band growing up. Not so much anymore, but they are. I'm a Kiss collector. I'm one of those people.
Hmm.
My second favorite band of all time is Aerosmith.
Hmm.
So when I really dig into their music and everything, and when they said, "Oh, Steven can't sing anymore," and all this, that, and the other, I was like, uh, he might not be able to tour. He might
Hmm.
not be able to give it 3 hours a show, but he told me everything I needed to know at the back to the beginning. He can get up there and do a song or two, and it's better than he's ever been.
I think he could even do like a one-off performance. I just think the issue is he can't do it every night due to
Right.
his.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you got to think this man, and I'm not taking away with age because I've seen Alice perform at almost 80. He's amazing. Iron Maiden's getting up there and they put on great shows. But Steven is a different creature, though. He pretty much partied like Ozzy did, and he's lucky to still be able to walk around and do what he does. And to have a
Yeah.
voice like that, plus with the addiction that he had, is incredible all in and of itself. But the fact that he's still, I'm not going to say he hasn't aged physically, but he turned like 80 in the 90s and quit. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
he's always looked like somebody's rad aunt. He looks like what would happen if Mick Jagger was a little more feminine. And I don't mean that by an insult because I'm jealous. I wish I could dress like that and pull it off.
Right. No, I get that. I get that. But yeah.
So you said you're a big fan of Kiss. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to tell you a post that I saw earlier today, and I think you'd
Oh
get a kick.
boy.
It
Oh
said
boy.
it said the Kiss Army is just juggalos for boomers.
Yes. uh, I get sent that so many times, and it'll die off for a little bit. It'll die off a little bit, and then somebody will repost it, and it'll come right. 6 or 7 people will send it to me, and but they're not wrong. It is so funny because it's true.
And then Suicide Boys is just the modern ICP.
Yeah, yeah. I give you that. Now that's another one I love. ICP. My taste goes all over the world here,
Me
but
too, dude. I'll listen to Frank Zappa, then turn around and listen to Lamb of God. Like,
yeah,
don't play with me, bro.
exactly. Like seriously, I've been on Ozzy since the Back to the Beginning thing. It's just on repeat. Black Sabbath and Ozzy,
Do you just
but
cover Ozzy Black Sabbath, or do you do it all?
um, historically it's just been Ozzy Black Sabbath. I haven't really given Dio Sabbath, and I don't even know who the other guy was.
Tony
Um,
Martin and Ian Gillan was the two other singers.
I haven't really ever given them a chance. I do know back when I started getting into Ozzy when I was a kid, my dad, I had an old tape deck, and my dad bought like off of eBay like 5 Black Sabbath tapes,
Mhm.
and it come in a set and everything, and it was like the 4 albums from the '80s, where Ozzy's not there and Dio's not there, and it was those guys. And I really enjoyed it, but none of it really stuck with me. So I really have to go back in and I I had started with Black Sabbath
Hmm.
and listened to the entire first album. I got to Paranoid and listened to that whole album. So I'm working my way through them. But back to, and I'm currently in that. But back to like my music taste, like I'll be on TikTok and I was just scrolling and a sound popped up and I ended up listening to this song on repeat for 3 days. It had me in a chokehold.
Which
And
song?
it was Luke Combs, the country singer. It's this Ain't No Love in Oklahoma.
Uh,
It's from the Twister 2 soundtrack or whatever.
Not even
And
the good Twister.
yeah, I'm just sitting here. It has me in a literal chokehold, and I've been listening to it just on repeat, literally. But that's over with now. So I'm getting back into. I'm gonna pick up with my Black Sabbath, and I'm
So
gonna go through it.
when you start exploring the Dio era and even the Tony Martin era, there's one album to me that stands out over them all, and it's the only album done with Ian Gillan, and that's why it stands out. It's called Born Again.
Okay.
It's not your typical Sabbath album, but the reason why it stands out is, do you know who Ian Gillan is?
Mm, oh
When
no, go ahead.
Sabbath was big, there was another hard rock band that also was arguably the creators of heavy metal. That was Deep Purple.
Oh,
Ian Gillan joined Black Sabbath, the singer of Deep Purple, for one album,
okay. All right.
which sounds like Black Sabbath meets Deep Purple.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That
it's
that is
crazy because he
wild.
does the metal scream and everything on this album.
Oh wow. I will. I actually am looking forward to that now.
And Tony Martin is pretty much like he's a great singer, but he's more of an underground singer than a big name.
Yeah,
But his albums are very similar to Dio's vocal style. Like he was a great replacement because around that time, I don't know if there was issues with Oz or if Ozzy just preferred to be solo, but they just found this next best thing. But
yeah.
before they got Tony Martin, guess who was replacing Dio on shows?
Who?
Rob Halford of Judas Priest.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, he almost was a Sabbath singer. He did it for a
Oh
couple
my
shows.
god. I
Could
had no
you?
idea.
You can find the live footage on YouTube.
That
He
is
did it
wild.
twice. He did it once in I think '96 and or something like that, '86 or '96, and then 10 years later he did it again.
Well, I mean, that's a good substitute. I mean, especially for the Dio stuff.
Right? And Halford, you got to give the man credit. He's a metal god,
Yeah, he
especially
is.
vocally. I
Yeah.
saw them perform live several times, but somewhat recently I got to see them again, and I might be seeing them again here soon. But that's neither here nor there. When Painkiller hit, I was impressed, but I was extremely impressed that he could still nail the vocals of
Yeah.
Painkiller. One of the hardest vocal songs, in my opinion.
I'll tell you, my very first glimpse of Priest was from Beavis and Butthead. You know, breaking the law, breaking the
I
law.
fucking love Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, me well, and that's another one that I am familiar with, but never really delved into. But yeah, I remember that, and I was like, "What is this?" And my dad would laugh, and he'd go, "Oh, that's Judas Priest," and and he actually turned me on to Judas Priest and Breaking the Law, and then of course Living After Midnight, and all those, and an album they released a live album in the '90s,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Well, I'm just gonna get this." And I went and got it, and I was like, "Whoa, this is what I've been missing this entire time."
Dude,
Eh,
Judas Priest, a lot of people know them for their hard rock shit, but you dig deeper, they're heavy as hell.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I was blown away, man, and that was. I'll get my very first. We'll get into Ozzy a little bit. I jump around, but
So do I. And by the way, if you ever run out of time, you're more than welcome back on because I'll talk about anything from music to ancient civilizations to mythology, whatever the hell you want to talk about.
hell, dude, I'm in on that for real. But when I was a teenager, I was 14 or 15, and my dad always said, "All right, when you get to this age, we'll go on one big trip wherever you want to go." And I'd rack my brain. I came up with Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So he said, "No problem, we'll do that." So we got it all set up and everything, and I'm still in the clutches of my Kiss era
Mm-hmm.
and just everything Kiss, 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 Kiss. So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and I'm gonna buy a CD, of Kiss and get it from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and it'll be great." And I went, and I didn't know they were not members of the rock, or they weren't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So there was literally just a display of Kiss somewhere in the back, and I was really disappointed. And I was like, okay, well, we went out to dinner that night, and we went in to get something at like a Kmart, and I happened upon the CD rack, and it was the first one that I grabbed, Kiss Unmasked, and I was like, I don't have this one. I'm going to get this one." And then I looked down, and somebody had stuck Ozzy behind that, and
Mm-hmm.
it was No Rest for the Wicked.
Oh, such a good album.
Dude, such a good album. But I was like, "Ooh, there's Ozzy," and that was the first album I got. And of course, it was old at that point still, but
Mm-hmm.
not to me. So I picked it up, and that was the first Ozzy record that I got. Then No More Tears. I didn't know who Randy Rhoads was.
Yeah, you
You
jumped in
know,
during Zach Wild.
yeah, I jumped in feet first with Zach, and I got into that. So whenever I started really, it was Behind the Music with Ozzy Osbourne.
Mm-hmm.
Came out around this same time, and I was like, "Who is this guitar player?" So I started listening to, you know, uh, Bark at the Moon and all this.
Bark at the
Wait,
Moon was Jake E. Lee.
yeah, Bark at the Moon was Jakey Blizzard. Blizzard is what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I started listening to that, and I was like, "This is completely different Ozzy. I don't know if I like this very much."
My favorite one that Randy did was Diary of a Madman.
I like now. I have such a bigger appreciation for Ozzy right in those days. Like I really appreciate it a lot more than I did at that time. I'm kind of weird when it comes to music.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll give you one. Rammstein.
They're so
First
good.
first Rammstein song I heard obviously was Du Hast. The first album I got was I can't pronounce it, but I'm gonna try. It was that album. It was Sehnsucht.
Uh-huh.
It was that album, and it was just blisteringly heavy to me, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I went and listened to their first album, and I was like, "This is not the same. I'm not digging this as much as I dug that one." But and it's been that way. My first real Kiss music, obviously, aside from the radio stuff, was Revenge album,
Good
which
album.
is a great album, which is their heaviest album of success, really. So going from that album to Dynasty, like, what is this?
Wasn't
Who are?
Revenge the album that had Don't You Know You're Feeling So Unholy?
Yep, yep, that was
I
the
love
one.
I love that song. I love that
Yeah,
era because they had so many great musicians, not to take away from the past, because Ace Frehley's a great guitar player.
yeah.
But that era was great. Who was on that album? Was that
That
Vinny?
was that was no that was Bruce Kulick, and that was Eric Singer. And I'm gonna tell you, they were fantastic, and they did Revenge great. Um, my favorite sound that they put out was right before they took the makeup off when they did Creatures of the Night, and they had Vinny and Eric Carr.
Mm-hmm.
That is just, to me, that is such a blistering album.
That was
Um,
when They did God Gave Rock and Roll to You Part 2 for Bill and Ted.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just again, if I hear something and it grabs me, and then they change up the sound some, I'm like, ugh. But it takes me a minute to get back into it, but I always
See,
come back
you're that
around.
way. You're that way with Kiss. My big one was Alice Cooper growing up. I was huge into Alice, and every album I picked up was like a different genre or a different person.
Yeah,
Like all of
yeah.
his music constantly evolved. Like you had the old school hard rock, and then he went into industrial metal. I'm like, where did this come from?
Oh
And that's
yeah.
where I got my wide taste of music from because artists like that, Ozzy evolved a lot. He went from fucking I'm so tired to fucking osmosis.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that.
Absolutely. My first um glimpse of Alice Cooper was Wayne's World. Um that I of course, again, we have the all we had was a classic rock station here. We didn't have modern rock or anything. So, I mean, School's Out was I knew that one, but he came out on Wayne's World, the movie, and I'm going, I like Alice Cooper.
Dude, like if you're into heavy metal, dude, Brutal Planet was a great fucking album. And I'm trying to think of the albums off the top of my head because he has like 20 something albums. He had Brutal Planet, which was pretty fucking heavy, and the one before that, which was Dragon Town, was another really brutal album. That was the debut of Ryan Roxy in the band, if I'm not mistaken. No, wait, that was Eyes of Alice Cooper.
I got you. I got
Um,
you.
his bassist Chuck Garrick. I'm a music nerd too.
Yeah.
His bassist Chuck Garrick actually played for Dio.
Really?
Yeah, he toured with Dio for a little bit, and then he joined Alice after that, um, which is crazy.
I did not know until yesterday that Vivian Campbell was Dio's guitar player right out of Sabbath, and they had a falling out. I didn't know that. And he played guitar on Holy Diver and the next album. That I had no clue. That blew me away.
What's also crazy, a Dio fact, is Dio during his tour with Heaven and Hell, his last one he ever did, he kept complaining to bandmates about stomach pain, but he's like, I'll just do the tour and figure it out later. And if you watch the last interview he ever did, it was the day of the last show. He's talking about all his future plans and shit. And you can even see the performance. He performed amazingly well. And then a couple of days later, he gets diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer and we lose him.
Yeah. Yeah. Golly.
There's nothing more metal than going on stage fighting a debilitating illness. I don't care what you say. Ozzy, even though he didn't sound the best, that's the most metal way to go out.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, hell,
Yeah,
Lemmy did that. He was sick as they had to prop him up,
they
pretty
did that
much.
with Ozzy at that halftime show. Did you see that
Yeah,
shit?
yeah.
They had him strapped and shit, and he's like, "Huh." Do you think this is?
Dad!
Do you think this is Ozzy's last performance?
Do what?
Do you think this is Ozzy's last performance, or are they going to tote him up there in a hospital chair?
Man, if he has anything to say about it, they're going to tote him up there in the hospital chair. I mean, that's him. Absolutely. There's a rumor going around that now that that's done, he and Sharon are going to go to Switzerland in one of
I heard
these
that.
sarcopods. And it's like, oh, okay, but I don't know. I think he did what he wanted to do, and I think he's ready to just hang it up. But like we talked about in the beginning, retirement sucks.
Yeah, and
So
the thing with Ozzy though is he said multiple times he'd rather go out on stage.
yeah, yeah,
He'd rather just end
definitely,
it on stage. I'm like, that's some Gigi Allen shit though. Like that's
yeah, definitely. And not everybody gets that. I mean, not everybody probably the most metal um person I know that has died on stage like that, and I hate to say it, is Tiny Tim.
Oh, I remember that. He had a heart attack.
Yeah, right there on stage in front of everybody.
What else is crazy though about Ozzy is he's an innovator of a lot of things. Like arguably he helped create heavy metal with Black Sabbath. He
Yeah.
created reality TV with the Osbournes.
Yep.
He is the first musician that gets to have a farewell show on fucking pay-per-view and he never got paid for it. He donated all the proceeds to charity.
Oh, it was like $195 million that went to
Yeah, and it was
charity.
all donated.
Golly, good
I
for
saw an
him.
interview with somebody. They said I understand like reality TV has its place and stuff, but the Osbournes kind of ruined the aura about Ozzy, the mystery.
Yes, I agree with that 100%. It really did, but at the same time, for us, it did. It's like, oh, he's like he doesn't drink blood when he's at home.
No, he just gets drunk and drugged out and mumbles and
Yeah,
yells at dogs.
but again, it was smart because that brought him an entirely new generation
Hmm.
of people
And that's
who
before
go,
the Kardashians and before the fucking.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. I mean that they definitely created something there, and for better or for worse. I mean, it's
But
not my
don't you?
cup of tea.
I'm gonna be the devil's advocate though. Arguably, a lot of people have said, and it could more than likely be true, that if it wasn't for the Osbournes, Ozzy's career would not have lasted as long as it has.
That yeah, I'm on board because, like I said, I mean that brought a whole new generation
Hmm.
to know Ozzy.
And it humanized him more because back then people were like, "He's the devil. He's an
Oh yeah,
antichrist," and he only had the metal fans.
yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, but I was one of them. I am still a rabid Ozzy fan, but that that made him a television star where he was only just a musician,
Hmm.
you know, and that again it opened the door to so many other people to say, who never maybe not have ever seen or heard Ozzy before, and they'll go, okay, well, I'm gonna go sneak into the computer now, and for us, we had to sneak around with the records and things like that because our parents weren't buying us, you know, Ozzy and Alice Cooper and all that. Well, I don't know about you, but that's mine. My parents wouldn't do that, and so now you can just go search online and you can listen to every song Ozzy Osbourne ever put out,
Hmm.
and just dig in and
Even
enjoy
ones
it.
he hasn't released.
Yeah, yeah.
I went through a rabbit hole the other day. There's a lot of bonus tracks from like Osmosis and No More Tears and shit that you can find.
I'm going to look into that because those are my two favorite albums. I hate to chop it up this much. The two my two favorite Ozzy songs. I'll give you three. Hellraiser, No More Tears, and Miracle Man. Like Miracle Man to me, because that was the first, that was on No Rest for the Wicked. That was really one of the first things I ever heard was Miracle Man, and I was like, oh my god, this is so different from Kiss. So that stuck with me. But just the early '90s Ozzy was untouchable to me.
So I had to look up something because you just named two songs that were written by Lemmy and performed by Ozzy.
Yes, yeah, I knew Hellraiser. What was the other one?
What was the other one you named? No More Tears?
No More Tears and Miracle Man.
No More Tears was written by Lemmy and Ozzy. Mom, I'm Coming Home was written by Lemmy and Ozzy. I Don't Want to Change the World was written by Lemmy and Ozzy. Hellraiser was written by Lemmy and Ozzy. And so was Desire.
Oh wow, I
And you
did
know
not know that.
And what's crazy is, as Lemmy said in an interview, he was never a Black Sabbath fan. He was an Ozzy fan.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, like Tony Iommi is not my favorite guitar player ever, and Ozzy singing in Black Sabbath is not for me, really. I mean, I respect what it is, and I respect where it leads to, but Geezer Butler for me, man, as a
Yeah,
bass player, oh, his bass riffs, man, made that music for me.
well, arguably to me, Tony Iommi was never a lead. He was more of a rhythm,
Right.
and his rhythms though were so thunderous and like it was. He's not the best guitarist in metal, but he's the best guitarist for Sabbath
Oh yeah, sure, 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 sure.
because they are the
I
most mysterious and like evil sounding band. And
Yeah,
what better way than have a guitarist with no fingertips?
with
Play.
melted Coke bottles on his fingertips. Look, I give okay, and I get a lot of crap for this, and I recognize it and everything. Three of the greatest musicians on earth to me are Alex Lifeson. I'm sure you can hear my dogs. I apologize.
Oh, you're
Um,
good.
Alex Lifeson, Geddy Lee, and Neil Peart. But I don't like Rush. I have not been able to get into Rush ever, and but man, I give them all the credit in the world. I recognize every bit of their talent, but
Mhm.
it's
Band
just
Rush itself, though, you listen to Rush and you watch performances and you close your eyes, that sounds like more than three people.
oh sure, absolutely, absolutely, and again that speaks to their talent, and I can recognize the elite musicianship in that band.
Mhm.
I think it's Getty's voice to me. I really do, and he went off into some weird worlds with his lyrics and everything, and I couldn't chase him down there. But if I sit back and I just listen to the music, it's otherworldly. It's amazing, and I respect it wholeheartedly. But
So,
you know,
I hate to do this because we are reaching the hour and 20-minute mark. Doesn't feel
yeah,
like it,
I
but
know.
I'm going to probably get off of here soon. But if you would like to do this again next week or next couple weeks, if you're available,
Sure.
I would love to. I would love to have you back on and we can discuss like mythology or whatever you want to talk
Hey,
about.
I'm in, man. I'm in. I can I can talk with the best of them.
Well, you're more than welcome to come on until you get tired of me if you want to go that route. Because this podcast isn't really nothing set in stone. We just talk.
I got you. I got you, man. I'm. It's I do several of these, and you know, some people just like get to the point, but I like good conversation, so I'm
I don't
in,
do
man.
this for the typical like. So your album is called like that works for people, but I don't do notes. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I like being personal. I like notes.
absolutely.
That's what this
Me
shit's
too.
for. I
Yeah,
get nervous before I do these because I never know what the other person's into, and I'm
right.
figuring I might get them. They might get bored with me, or I might
Yeah,
offend.
I get
But
it, man. I get it.
what would you like to promote that we haven't yet, if anything?
Um, let's see. We've promoted it, but I'm gonna hit it again. The website. Check out the website for our show dates.
It's right down there.
Merch store. We got some great stuff, and that's changing all the time. Spotify. We really want you to give us a follow on Spotify. Gone tomorrow, out now, doing big things with that, and just follow us along. TikTok, social media, Facebook, all that good stuff.
Yeah, go follow them. The link is down below. You can find all that stuff at the link tree. Well, linktr.ee. I don't know why they made the website like that.
Yeah, I
But the,
don't.
the link tree, go check out Storage 24 or 44 if that's a real band. Check them out too.
Yeah, find them. I'm sure they're great.
And watch the movie. Why not? Go
Yeah,
check
why
out.
not? Go check out the Alien movie.
But go check out these guys. They're awesome. It was nice chatting with you. Stay in touch, brother.
Absolutely, I will. Thank you so much, man.
No problem,
All
buddy.
right,
See you.
bye.
Bye.